This video contains the 3 best TH13 attack strategies for any base, so let's break each of them down to increase your 3-star success. Starting with the 3rd best army, we have the Super Bowler Smash. You'll want to make sure that you're starting with funneling, so in order to do this, you need to know how to use the Warden Walk and the Flame Flinger. With the Warden Walk, you usually want to use him in a corner to funnel out one side from there. Of course, you can bring in the use of wizards and baby dragons to control where he's going to walk towards. Try to avoid going into areas of too many defenses, as the warden can easily be forced into his ability if so. Usually around 3 or more point defenses can cause him to use his ability without forcing the use of a spell. Now, on the other side of the coin, your Flame Flinger is being used to funnel defenses on the other side. Most of the time, nothing can really reach it outside of Expos and Mortars, so look out for those defenses. You may also want to use your Barbarian King with the Flame Flinger to tank for those said defenses, clearing more value alongside setting a solid funnel internally for your Super Bowlers. Other threats such as the skeleton traps or Teslas remain hidden, so they can be a pain to deal with. However, using things like the Valkyries or balloons, that can easily allow you to move quickly through those threats. Of course, this paired with the Warden Walk will give you plenty of time to subscribe and ring the bell. From that funneling, it's now time to smash the base with those Super Bowlers. You'll want to start off by prioritizing the Eagle Artillery, since it can do a lot of damage if not removed early. Of course, you can have Yetis to go in and tank for your Super Bowlers, as it preserves the Super Bowler HP, and you also get those Yeti mites. As you move in, early Rage Spell is a must. Pairing that with an early Grand Warden ability can actually help you just move through the base quite early and allows you to get started on the right foot with your Super Bowlers. From there, you're just going to use your jump spells to get deeper into the base, and your rage spells to completely keep the healers healing your Super Bowlers a lot, and your Super Bowlers doing a ton of damage to different defenses, including the Town Hall. Of course, you still have the back end Royal Champion that will be used to support the rest of your push with the Super Bowlers. You want to use her on the back end where there might be a scatter shot or a multi-target Inferno, where this could allow you to clear those key defenses and make it much easier for you to get the 3-star. Of course, you also have the use of free spells or even any leftover rage spells to keep your Royal Champion moving and doing a lot of damage. This is a pretty tough army to stop and can be quite easy to 3-star as long as you know the fundamentals. Next, the 2nd best army has to be the Queen Charge Lalo. This army has a lot of flexible options, but my current favorite is the use of the Log Launcher King Kill Squad. To set this up, you need to look for nicely lined up value for the Log Launcher to deal damage on, such as an Eagle Artillery and then an Inferno Town. Of course, in order to get your troops in, you need to set up the funnel by using Sneaky Goblins for resource buildings or Super Barbarians, as they're quite flexible. They're like baby dragons, but they're cheaper. Of course, you will want to make sure that once the funnel's set, you use your Golem to tank alongside the King, the Apprentice Warden, and the Log Launcher to get yourself in. This should go in for some nice key defenses, but also removing possibly an enemy hero like the RC or the Queen. Having the Royal Champion, though, move in alongside your Log Launcher and King can actually help you get a lot more value and can also help in creating proper pathing for your Queen Charge. Now, while this Log Launcher Kill Squad is going on, you still have your Queen Charge to do at the same time. So you'll want to make sure that you are funneling your Queen to go in the right direction. Super Wall Breakers are always really nice to break her open into the base, but of course, you want to make sure that you're focusing on clearing air targeting defenses like the scatter shots and even removing an enemy hero like the enemy Queen or Royal Champion. Of course, with that said, you're going to be using your rage spells as you move in to keep your Queen alive. especially as you go into key defenses or an enemy hero. You will also want to deal with the enemy CC by using poison, freeze, and of course keeping your queen up with rage spells. You do have invisibility spells as well in order to keep your queen up and having other defenses ignore her for a short period of time, which can actually be very good at making sure to keep your queen up and moving through. Of course, from there, you need to use your LavaLoon, so make sure that you are using one Lava Hound and a couple groups of balloons to get yourself in. If the Town Hall remains up, you should be going in for it as your first priority. Of course, you can use freeze spells to stop it from doing any damage, and a rage spell pairing that with an early Grand Warren ability to move your balloons through and quickly take it down. This then leaves you with the remaining spells that you have. Using skeleton spells are great for distracting things like the expos or scatter shots, while also using the freeze spells to stop air targeting defenses from targeting your balloons. Now, of course, you also are bringing a couple haste spells, so using a haste or two to get to those key defenses such as the Inferno or scatter shot can play a pretty massive role. Just be sure to not forget to bring cleanup troops like minions, as you don't want to get a time fail for not having them. And by far the best is the Queen Charge Hybrid. This flexible army is going to start with the Queen Charge for pathing. So with that Queen Charge, you need to make sure that you're creating a funnel to get her in. So sneaky goblins, baby dragons, or even a Yeti plus wizards to get her into the base can help you get in alongside the help of the super wall breaker to enter the base. You mainly want to remove the enemy CC troops while also clearing anything near it, especially the Town Hall if you can. Of course, with this, using a rage spell early on to start moving in, keep your queen topped off, especially as you go into enemy CC troops, enemy heroes, and of course, a lot of key defenses targeting your queen. So you do want to make sure that you are preventing her from using her ability all too quickly. Of course, you also have free spells that you can use to slow down enemy CC troops underneath a poison, and of course, using it on key defenses or using an invisibility to provide support for your queen if you want to bring in those spells. But this will keep your queen alive and working deeper into a specific compartment of the base. However, once you know that the queen is going to funnel one side of the base, this is when you should be using something else to create the other side of the funnel. This is where you have a simple funnel being set by the Barbarian King to control where your troops are going and to make it easier for you to force the hybrid to stay in the base. Of course, you don't need to use the Siege Barrack with the Barbarian King. You can always use other siege machines such as the Battle Blimp, the Battle Drill, or even the Flame Flinger, since the king can funnel on his own. Really, it's that easy, just like supporting me using my creator code in the shop of any Supercell game. Now, when it comes to your hybrid, you want to go into a key defense like a Scattershot or a multi-target Inferno, and then follow that up by using a heal spell. This is going to then allow you to use your Grand Warren ability within the core of the base. Now, from there though, the rest of your spells are pretty lenient. Back-end heal spell is a really nice thing to have to top off your hogs and miners and prevent them from dying on the back end. Of course, you can also bring in the use of other spells, such as freeze to prevent too much damage on the back end to your miners and hogs, or even using any leftover rage spells that weren't used with your queen charge, which can do a lot of work for them. But outside of that, it's very much possible for the rest of the attack to easily get a 3-star. Having any sort of hog rider, super hogs, or even super miners in the CC can provide you with a lot of movement through the base and easily getting a 3-star with this army.